What do football and retirement planning have in common? Well, we're going to draw that comparison today, and we're going to have you be the coach of our football team here today. And so I'm going to ask you, Coach, if we're up 10 points and we're on the opponent's 20-yard line and there's 5 minutes left in the game and we've got a 1st and 10, what play call are you going to choose? Are you going to choose to run the ball, or are you going to choose to throw for the end zone? What would you do? I know if I'm the coach, I'm choosing to run the ball because I would rather win than try to run up the score. You know, I love winning, but I don't necessarily feel like I need to run up the score. I just want to win the game. That's the goal. At the end of the day, it's the wins and loss column that matter the most to me. And so whatever that case is for you, I'm going to challenge you to think about your investment plan from that scenario. Are you taking on more risks than you need to at this point? Remember, most people that we see watch these videos or coming to see us have done a great job of saving. Most have about $1 million or more. We call them that diligent saver, and they don't need more money at this point. They just may need a better plan. And so what a better plan consists of is maybe we take less risk, maybe we have more protected investments or an income in retirement to make sure we're not risking everything. You've always heard the concept that as we get closer to retirement, we probably should take on less risk. And I would say that's true for most people, but I would say it's not necessarily happening for most people because they're still invested how they were in their early years. And so if we want to be this smart football coach, I'm going to ask yourself with your investments, why are you taking on more risk than you need to at this point? Are you just trying to grow your barns as big as possible? And if so, you could be right, and that could be a great thing to do. Maybe your goal is, I want to leave as much behind to my charity. I want to leave as much behind to my kids. I want to make sure my spouse has more than ever than she needs in retirement, or he needs in retirement. Well, that could be true, and if that's your goal, I'm not telling you not to do that. We have clients that have that approach, and it works well. Although I am telling you that is what is more important to you. Is it building the bigger barn so you can do that stuff, or is it just making sure you don't run out of money? Running out of money is the biggest concern that we see from people as they enter into retirement. And the reason why is because they no longer have an income coming in. We're seeing people live longer than ever before. And so you're going to be challenged tremendously throughout your retirement because you have to make this number last for whatever you have ongoing. And yes, you can go back to work and things like that, but is that what you want to do with your retirement? Or will you even be able to when you need to the most later on in retirement? And so that's why retirement planning is so complex and so difficult today. And that's why we have a job, so I'm not complaining, but it is hard. But you have to ask yourself, is even with all of that stuff that could happen, inflation, market volatility, I would assume that most people don't need that high of a return right now to be successful with their retirement plan. If you run an analysis or a Monte Carlo analysis, which many of you are probably familiar of, a success rate of what your retirement could look like, I would show you probably that you would only need a small percentage return. You probably wouldn't need double digits return to get to where you want to go. Now, again, it comes down to, is your goal to not run out of money, or is your goal to build bigger barns? Because if you try to build bigger barns, maybe you take a lot of risk, and maybe 2008 happens, and now your investments are cut in half. And then now how would you feel at that point, knowing that you don't know if they're going to come up, and you're going to need that money to live the retirement that you're planning? And so that's the idea I want to get across. One of our advisors here was actually a walk-on kicker at Ohio State, and so we use this analogy often with our clients to get the idea of, hey, this is real. And being next to Ohio State Stadium, we're less than 2 miles from the stadium here, then we always like to use that analogy, because if any of you know, Ohio State's got the biggest fan base in the country, and football around here is a religion, and Saturdays everything's shut down and everyone goes to the game. So I know we have people tune in all across the country, but here in Columbus, Ohio, we really value football, and so that's why I wanted to share this analogy to hopefully it could help those football fans out there. And at the end of the day, all I have to say is go Bucks. Hope you enjoyed the video today. As an avid viewer of this YouTube channel, we would like to offer you a free copy of our new book that just came out called I Hate Taxes. So if you would like a free copy of this, then go ahead in the description below. You'll be able to click on a link to get that free copy of this new book, I Hate Taxes.